Alicia and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking about how I conceal my under eye area, and I've picked up a lot of color correcting tips as of recently. Ever since color correcting has gotten really big, I've picked up a lot of those tricks and pretty much try to make my under eye area flawless. Now I am an insomniac and I have genetically dark under eyes, so just because I have that, I always, it's always been my problem area. And if you're like me and you have the same problems, just keep watching and you'll learn some pretty cool tips and tricks on how to conceal that and have that flawless under eye finish. My number one tip would be to moisturize. Always hydrate your skin. Now I am talking about the rest of your face, so obviously that you don't have dry, patchy skin, but definitely moisturize under your eyes so that the under eye area is hydrated and it's not dry. So when you cover it up, if your under eye area is not hydrated, it will look dry, and your concealer and color corrector and everything under there will get cakey. So just to prevent that, I would always recommend hydrating, even extra under your eyes. A hydrator that I would really recommend is the Origin Ginseng Hydrator. This is a really crucial step if you want that flawless under eye finish. Okay, so after I moisturize my under eye area and make sure that it's hydrated and everything, I do use the Magic Perfecting Base by L'Oreal all over my face and really concentrate that under my eye, so whatever product that I do put on there is primed and it actually sticks on instead of melting away after a couple of hours. So primer really helps with that. After the primer, I usually put my foundation on, which I already did that step. I put my foundation on all over my face so that it already covers any imperfection and darkness that I have. And whatever darkness that I do have left after that, that's what I have to work with from that point on. After that, I use a color corrector. Right now, I'm using the Becca. I have a sample of this right now. I've been trying to pick it up at the local Sephora, but every time I go there, they have the shade that I want, which is in Peach. And then she gave me a little papaya sample as well, but the peach sample is always sold out, so I couldn't get my hands on it, and which is why I have a little sample that I'm working with today. So I get the small Real Techniques brush, and I take a little bit of that color corrector and peach. A little bit of color corrector goes a really long way because it is so pigmented, especially this Becca one. I've been loving this sample, and as I said, I've been trying to pick it up, but Sephora is always sold out of it. I might just end up ordering it online because they don't have it in stores. So I take a little bit of that and put it on right in the corner and blend that out. Now, I always used to think that color corrector is literally supposed to go all under your eye, and that's not the case. As you see, it already cancels out some of the darkness that I have under my eyes, and that's what I love about this color correction technique. It's really supposed to concentrate on the area that you have the most darkness, which is in the corners. For me, it's in the corners. And if you guys have more darkness, let's say around this area, then really cover that area and so that it cancels it out. As you see, some of the darkness is already being corrected with this color corrector. More purpley and violet colored color correctors, they usually cancel out yellowness on your skin. So if you have any kind of yellow marks or anything, anything that fades into yellow, I realize that a lot of light skin tones deal with this. So if that's you, you can use violet or purpley, light purple color correctors, and that will really help you out. The green and pistachio colors, they cancel out redness. Now I get redness around my nose during the winter time. Right now I don't because I already put my foundation on, but after taking a shower and things like that, I have redness around my nose. So if I use green color corrector around that, it's very good because it cancels out that redness, and then I don't have a red nose. I'm not looking like Rudolph. So if that's you, green or pistachio colored color correctors will work perfectly for you. And as you guys already know, orange and like a peach color, they cancel out darkness. So if you have any dark spots under eye circles, that will really help you. So get yourself some of that and put that under your eyes. As I said, put it on the dark spots in the middle, and you'll be golden, because that is really going to cancel out that darkness. Because on the color wheel, whatever color is opposite to the color that you're trying to cancel out, that's the color that you would use, and that really cancels out the color. So after I color correct under my eyes, the next step that I usually do is put the concealer on. And the concealer that I've been loving lately, and I know that it's a really good concealer for people who have bags under the eyes because it doesn't crease as much, is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And this concealer is literally the bomb. I'm telling you, ever since I've had it in my life, I don't use any other concealer. I know the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer is a really good dupe for this, so if you don't want to spend $30 on a concealer, then go for that concealer, because that is also very light, and you don't want a concealer if you have bags and stuff under your eyes that's going to cake up. So I recommend that concealer as well. Okay, so the color concealer that I recommend that you guys go with is whatever your skin tone color is. Always go with a color one or two shades lighter than your skin tone, just because that will make your under eyes look brighter, and it will lift your under eye area up. And by that I mean, like, you know, your cheeks and everything will pop and all that, while not making you look like a ghost, especially with translucent powder and everything. Once you put that on, you're gonna start looking like a ghost, so don't go. Like, stay in your skin tone area. I'm going to put the concealer on under my eye, and the way I like to apply my concealer is in a triangular shape. Okay, so I look a little crazy, but that's what I look like with concealer on under my eye. If you notice the way I applied it in a triangular shape under my eye. I did not just put one swipe under my eye right where the dark area is. And I did that because I would like to brighten this whole area up. Now, if I only brighten this area up, it doesn't blend that well with the rest of my face. So I want this whole area, this whole triangular area under my eyes, I want that to be picked up and brightened all at once. After applying it under my eyes in a triangular shape, I usually go down the bridge of my nose, and then I take some and put it on the sides just like that. And I take some and put it in the middle of my forehead. And I do this because it pretty much lifts up, it brightens every area that I want to brighten on my face and make more prominent and stand out a little bit more. So once that's done, I take a beauty blender and I blend the under eye area first. I like to take the smaller tip of the beauty blender just because it is I'm going in a smaller area, so it's easier for me to cover that. Okay guys, so do you see how that really concealed my under eye area? Yes, I do still have some darkness under there, and that's just because I haven't been sleeping really well. I'm just an insomniac, let's be real. I don't sleep at night, so I always have that little bit of darkness. But from the beginning, if you go back to the beginning of the video and watch now, I definitely have a really bright under eye, and I just love the way that looks. So after doing that step, my last step in concealing your under eye area would be applying a translucent powder or finishing powder on top of it, just to really brighten that area up. And the way I like to apply my translucent powder under my eyes is with the beauty blender. And this is a damp beauty blender, so one that I've just been using. It is damp just because I like the way that damp finishing is. If you like the drier beauty blender, you can use that. This one, I feel like it just hydrates my face and like puts the moisture back into my face if it is damp. So I take a little bit of the translucent powder and I pat that on under my eye. And what this does is pretty much prevents any creasing. As I told you guys earlier, I do have bags under my eyes depending on how much I slept the day before, like anybody else does really. But I mean, you're really lucky if you don't get bags under your eyes. But yeah, I get bags under my eyes, so I use the translucent powder to set my concealer there, because if I don't do that, it creases up. Not too much with the NARS concealer. As I said, it's a very lightweight concealer, so it's still good when it comes to, you know, this whole area under my eye, but throughout the day it does crease up. This prevents it from creasing up the whole day. Like, I could go the whole day and still not have creasy under eyes, which I love about that. Okay, so that's how I conceal my under eye area. As you see, my under eye area is definitely a lot brighter than the beginning of the video, and it's definitely not dark anymore. And I am just in love with this technique, and my techniques are always growing and changing and things like that to make it work for me and make it work with the trends that are out right now. I really love the color correcting technique that's out right now, and it's making my under eye area a lot brighter and a lot lighter. So I really like that, and if you guys like it, make sure you try that on yourself. And honestly, makeup is something that you have to play with and get it to work for yourself. So if this technique doesn't work, try something else. Go on YouTube, find something else that would work for you, and definitely try that, because I'm pretty sure you'll find something that covers your under eye area or anything else that you really want to work for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and I always have new videos coming every single week. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.